Hi guys, this is day number 320 of my 365 live stream challenge, and this is April 11. That means that we continue with our process automation digital transformation series, where I'm showing you every work day our step-by-step process of helping our clients to automate their process and make their business more effective. So today, yesterday we talked about, we started from the discovery phase, the first phase of any business automation project, which starts with the goal setting. And yesterday I showed you what kind of goals you need to put in front of that project and to align on that all the next steps. So, and today we are on the second step of discovery phase, which is basically process mapping. Here we have one or more business analysts stepping into the project and analyzing all the pros of the client business. This is very necessary because software is not just giving the tool to use for your employees, but also the business processes that you're having right now. This business automation project is a lot about actual processes to be improved and taken to the next level. So this is very important. It's not just picking software, installing and start using it. It's basically analyzing what works right now for you, what doesn't work, what kind of guidelines you are following in your industry, and what guidelines you are breaking. And first of all, this automation project is about making a business use proper business process according to industry standards. And the second thing is only about software. So process mapping is crucial part of any business automation project. So on this live stream I'm showing you step-by-step process how we are doing that, and it all starts with collecting all raw notes, talking to all the managers of every department, collecting the notes, recording the screen they will show us. It's about mapping the main processes. It's about taking interviews from all the necessary people in the organization, and then collecting it all into one place in a consumable format, then putting the notes in text format and having the recording as a proof of these notes aside of that. So this is kind of format we're using to fix every conversation with every stakeholder, with every department manager, and the recordings and everything is here. After that, we go to the second step of process mapping, is basically outlining list of roles that needs to be digitized. For each department, we will have a list of departments, and then for each department we'll have a list of roles within that department, and for each of that role within that department we have 3 to 5 core business processes that role is doing, like fulfilling within that department. For example, we have engineer role here, we have manager of purchase department, we have chemist, we have engineer, and we have a couple more roles. And for each of the roles we have a few more. Some of them have a lot of processes, others just have 2-3 of them. And for each of these processes, for each of the roles, we will then go to the third step of the process mapping process, and we'll outline the diagram, because text is good just to quickly map the lists, but once you need to get into more details and show and share with others how that process works and how different stakeholders and user roles cooperate within that process, that's when some diagrams come in handy. So this is kind of diagram we will prepare usually for each of the user roles, for each of the bigger process of that user role, and usually we use Lucidchart for this kind of diagrams. So we can see we have the format here is like, okay, let me enlarge it a bit. It's like we have role, we have departments, locations, then we have different squares and arrows basically, but it's all about actions and screen they're using and see during the process. It's about how they start with the purchase request and how they finish with having that purchase request delivered to the reagents warehouse. So this is kind of result we have for each of the processes, for each of the roles, for each of the departments. So yeah, this is kind of lengthy process. Usually it requires a couple weeks of work at least, sometimes even 2 to 4 weeks just for one department to map up everything. It depends on the complexity, on the size, and the amount of the different roles and processes you have in your organization, but this is very important. When you have it all figured out, put into list of roles, list of process, and list of diagram for each of the process of that role, then you are ready to go to the next step of your discovery phase, which is gap analysis, understanding what you have now and what you want to achieve and what kind of gap is in between. But gap analysis we will talk about tomorrow as part of our business optimization series. We still have 3 more steps in discovery phase. So now you learned quite some things about process mapping. You won't get how to do this exactly step by step from this 3 minutes live stream, obviously, but you have got an idea what kind of stages are involved in process mapping, at least, right? So that was the goal of this live stream. So please comment below any questions you have. I think there will be a lot of questions regarding process mapping. With that being said, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow, and remember, people,